Hello everyone, this is Ray from Off-Highway Van. This is our next episode of Tech Tips. Today we'll be going over our electrical system. Back on your driver's side of the van in your rear box, you'll see your electrical system. Your electrical system includes your batteries, it includes a fuse panel, and it includes an external cutoff for your van. This cutoff is going to cut all power to your van if you're looking to winterize it and store it for a long period of time. First, you'll see me shut off the solar connection. By shutting off the solar connection, that's going to cut power to your solar panels while in storage. What you want to do is press the blue button that is on this solar controller, and that will cut off power. The second button that you'll want to hit is the circle blue button. This circle blue button will cut off the battery combiners and give no power from your starter battery. While pressing that, you want to hold that down for 10 seconds. Holding that down for 10 seconds will shut that button off and make it not be blue anymore. The third button that you'll be hitting is your main cutoff for your batteries. This is a black switch and can just be turned in the off position to the right. Turning those systems back on is the same process when you're ready to use your van again. The way you're going to be doing this is by just reversing that process. So turning that black button to the left, holding the blue button for 10 more seconds to turn it on, and that blue button will light up. And then by pushing the yellow switch in the up position, so the blue button is no longer pushed in, and that will turn your solar on. The next box that you'll see to the right of that external cutoff switch will be your fuse panel. Your main fuse panel is the most important way of troubleshooting anything going on in your van, and something that you should take a look at every few months. The first switch you'll see in this box is labeled inverter in. This breaker is actually the breaker that attaches the inverter, most likely the Xantrex system, to all the outlets in your van. By cutting that off and switching that in the off position, it will turn off the capabilities of inverting your van. Of course, you will still get 12 volts. The second breaker in this fuse panel is labeled shore. Shore power in your van is how you externally get power from an outlet in your home or an outlet at a campground. When this outlet gets switched off, this means that shore power will not work in your van. Some of the examples of this not working is due to running two high appliance items at the same time as you're overloading the system. Now, a way to get around that, of course, is just not running two high appliance items or unplugging from shore power. Inverter out is very similar to inverter in, but this is actually controlling all the outlets in your van. By switching it off, it will disable your outlets as well as your stove and or microwave. And a good example of this is if you do overload your system, inverter out will turn off to protect your batteries as well as your Xantrex inverter. Next to the inverter out, you will see a breaker called Rixin. Now, if you do not have our 4-season package system, you will not have this breaker, and you will have a fuse that you can pull out for your S-Bar diesel heater. But if you do have our 4-season package, you will have this Rixin breaker. The breaker controls the Rixin system if you'd like to turn it on or turn it off. And if you do happen to have any problems with the Rixin system, this is the number one thing to check. Next to the Rixin system, you will see outlets. Outlets are labeled for any outlets that are in your van that you plug into. This is the number one thing if an outlet is not working to try to switch on and off to allow better charging and to allow the outlets to continue to work. The fuse panel is for the DC or battery side of the system. These fuses are labeled 10, 15, and 20 amps, depending on what system it is next to. And all the systems are labeled on the right. This is a great spot to check if a system is not working in your van, seeing if anything is wrong with the fuse, if the fuse has gone loose, or if you need to replace a fuse, which we do give in your toolbox. To replace a fuse, all you need to do is just take out the fuse from the spot. Once it's taken out, you will see a red light turn on, which means that it's inactive. The red LED that comes on when you remove the fuse will also turn on if the fuse is blown. Put a new fuse in there, and you will be able to use the system again. Thanks everyone for tuning in to our tech tips for an electrical system. We look forward to seeing you to the next tech tip.